Dear students, I am Devashish Bose, Professor and Head, Department of Criminology and Forensic Science, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Sagar. Today I am going to present a lecture on BSc first semester on the unit Introduction to Forensic Science. Let's start our discussion while taking a look at what we are going to learn today. Today we will discuss about Module 1, Introduction and Definition of Forensic Science, Module 2, History and Development of Forensic Science, Module 3, Need of Forensic Science, Module 4, Objective of Forensic Science, Module 5, Disciplines and Branches of Forensic Science, Module 6, Scope of Forensic Science, and finally Module 7, Conclusion. What is forensic science? Forensic science is not a new subject. It is as old as our society is. When we talk about forensic science in a broad sense, we can say this is an application of basic science to law or justice. It could be better be explained in a way that when a criminal commits a crime, he or she leaves a lot of evidence at scene of crime. These evidences are highly valuable to prove the crime. Now that's where forensic science comes into the scene, as it plays a crucial role in the detection of crime. It analyzes the exhibit left by the accused from a scientific point of view by reliable methods of techniques. These techniques are highly sensitive, precise, and accurate for the qualitative and quantitative examination of different exhibit at the scene of crime, as well as laboratory. Nowadays, the ratio of crime is changing at a very fast pace. Day by day, new technologies are evolving and the criminals are using it to serve their evil purpose. With the application of forensic science, any crime could be solved in a scientific way. Here I would like to explain the role of forensic science with the help of 3 criminal cases. These cases are very important. Case number 1. Marie Lafarge was a French woman who was convicted for murdering her husband by arsenic poison in the year 1840. Second case we will talk about is Francisca Rojas. Is the first case in the world which was solved on the base of bloody fingerprints. The case is something like this. On June 19, 1892, a murder case took place. In this case, 2 children were murdered at the outskirts of a town, Necoche, on the coast of Argentina. The victims were the illegitimate children of a 26-year-old woman named Francisca Rojas. During the time of investigation, local police found that late in the evening of murder, Rojas had run into a neighbor's home, wild eyes and screaming. She blurted out, "He killed my children! He killed my children! Valleques!" The neighbors of Rosa immediately went to Rosa's hut and found the children's their skull smashed, lying in a considerable amount of blood. Upon interviewing of Rosa's, local police found that a man named Valleques, who wanted to get married to her, she had refused Valleques' proposal several times as she was in love with another man. Early on the day of the murder, Valleques had visited Rosa's again and had been very insistent. After investigating all the facts, local police arrested Valleques, but while examining the scene of crime, local police found a brown stain in the bed. On careful examination, revealed that it was a fingerprint, but question was of whom? Local police collected the fingerprint and matched it with the fingerprint of Rojas. When this evidence was presented to her, she broke down and admitted that she had killed her children. Now, a third case. It's an Indian case, everyone know about it. It's a Tandoor murder case. On 2nd July 1995, a woman named Naina Sahani was murdered by her husband Sushil Sharma. Upon investigation, local police learned that on the night of the incidents, Sushil returned home and found Naina talking to someone over the phone and consumed alcohol. He objected to it and also to Nana's friendship with Mahbub Karim. They got into altercation, following which he shot Nana, resulting to her death. Later on, he took the dead body to a restaurant and tried to dispose it off with the help of the manager named Keshav Kumar. The body was chopped into pieces and put into a tandoor to burn. Upon investigation, the local police disentangled the entire case, and on the basis of DNA identification, the victim was identified. Now, these cases might have given you a lot of idea on the work being done by forensic science, and thus we can define forensic science as: forensic science is the combination of various basic sciences like physics, chemistry, biology, computer science, and engineering. It uses the application of these sciences in the matter of law. Apart from this, forensic science also explains to investigator some basic things like how blood reached a particular spot. Is it toxicated or not? Identity of blood, to whom it belongs, like so on. Now we talk about the origin of word forensic. History and development of forensic science. Basically, the history of forensic science starts from before Christ. But here we will discuss only the contribution of those scientists who were milestones in the field of forensic science. And for the sake of convenience, we will divide it into two parts. Part 1. Scientists from other country. Part 2. Scientists from India. Scientists from other country. They are many who can be cited for their specific contribution in the field of forensic science. The following is just a brief list of those who made their earliest contribution to formulating constitute forensic science. Matthew Orfila. He is considered the father of forensic toxicology. In 1814, Orfila published the first scientific treatise on the detection of poisons and their effects on animal. Second, Alphonse Bertillon. The first scientific system of personal identification was devised by him. He also developed anthropometry. Third, Francis Galton. Galton undertook the first definition study of fingerprint and developed a methodology classifying them for filing. Fourth, Dr. Leon Lattice. He devised a relatively simple procedure for determining the blood group of dried blood stain, a technique he immediately applied to criminal investigation. Fifth, Calvin Goddard. He developed a comparison microscope to determine whether or not a particular gun has fired a bullet. Sixth, Albert S. Osborne. He developed a fundamental principle to examination of question document. In 1910, Osborne wrote a first significant test in this field known as questioned document. Seventh, Hans Gross. The first threats describing the application of scientific disciplines to the field of criminal investigation was written by Hans Gross. 8. Edmund Locard. He gave the principle of exchange, which is also known as Locard's principle. A very important principle is followed in this. Now coming to those scientists who are from India. The history of forensic science in India dates back before independence. For the sake of convenience, it can be again divided into two parts. Part 1, pre-independence, and Part 2, post-independence. Pre-independence history of forensic science in India. First, chemical laboratory established in Kolkata in the year 1853. Next, chemical laboratory established in Agra in 1864. Next, a chemical laboratory came up in Mumbai in the year 1870. Followed by in 1897, world's first fingerprint bureau was established in India. First chemical laboratory established in Madras, now Chennai, in the year 1948. Coming to post-independent history of forensic science in India, in the year 1952, the first forensic science laboratory was established in Calcutta, now Kolkata. In the year 1955, Central Fingerprint Bureau was established in India. In the year 1957, first Central Forensic Science Laboratory was established. Then, in the year 1959, first Educational Institute established at Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Sagar. In 1970, Bureau of Police Research and Development (BPR&D) was established in New Delhi. Then in the year 1972, National Institute of Criminology and Forensic Science came into existence again in New Delhi. Is a center for DNA fingerprinting and diagnostics developed in Hyderabad in the year 1998. The need of forensic science is increasing day by day in every aspect of life because it solves a crime in a scientific manner by which innocent cannot be deprived from the justice, as well as criminals can be brought to justice. The way crimes are being committed today, forensic science is needed more than ever. While a culprit didn't want to leave any trace of his presence on the spot, it's because of his nervousness while committing the crime that he unintentionally leaves a lot of evidences which were not seen prima facie. Here, I would like to repeat the principle of exchange given by Locard. Every contact leaves a trace. We can also understand from the example. In our daily life, whenever we go somewhere, we leave our trace either apparently or in a concealed way. So, for keen investigation, it is extremely necessary to take the help of forensic science. If we talk about ancient time, crime existed even then, but they did not have any developed science which could help them in solving the crime. Here I would like to teach the story of judgment of King Solomon. One day in his court, two women came with one child. Both of them were claiming to be the mother of that child by tricking the parties into revealing their truth, feelings. Like 21st century, if there have been the know-how of DNA fingerprinting, they could have easily solved the case, but they didn't, and hence the judgment was solely based on their wisdom logic, eyewitnesses and other things that are found at scene of crime. But on the basis of these things, we cannot surely determine the culprit and the innocent. From the above mentioned points, now we are clear how important forensic science is in investigating a crime. Now we shall compare on what grounds forensic science is better than the traditional witnesses or eyewitnesses. Forensic science is based on scientific principle and methods for analysis of evidence. It is a highly reliable, it is reproducible, it is easy to understand, it can link the culprit with the crime, the victim, the scene, the weapon and other evidences. Free from human flaws, bias, emotion, memory lapse, perjury and rationalization. It is verifiable. It analyzes every type of evidence. It is efficient and cost effective. Now we shall study the objectives of this domain. Number 1. Has the crime been committed or not? To understand this, we shall take help of an example. While investigating a case where a person died, the police, after their initial examination, has found the person died of a cardiovascular disease, which happens to be a natural cause of death. Here, one can say that crime has not been committed or death occurred because of the natural causes. How and when was the crime committed? It is most crucial factor to determine the way of a crime is committed and the time of crime. If investigative officer is able to determine these aspects of crime, he has solved half of the case. Next is, who committed the crime? It is a big deal to answer. It depends on the overall examination of the physical evidences as well as witnesses of the crime. Next, how has it been committed? Examination of various facts such as documentary evidences, hearsay evidences, eyewitness and history of the case. Next, to establish link between scene of crime, victim and suspect. Forensic science provides a relation between all of these which helps in the investigation of the investigator. Next we talk about to recognize whether the scene of crime is real or fake. By the help of forensic science, a forensic scientist can recognize the scene of crime whether it is fabricated or real. Following we can say, to underlie the sequence of events, it determines the sequence of crime. How did crime occur? Next is to discern a culprit from the large list of culprits. Following is to exclude innocent. Forensic science can easily exclude innocent from the list of suspects. Like any other science, forensic science has also its own branches, which are as follows. Number 1. Forensic medicine. It is a subject concerned with the application of medical and paramedical scientific knowledge to certain branches of law. Number 2. Forensic anthropology. This is a special subfield of anthropology which deals with the study of the identification and examination of human skeleton system. Basically, forensic anthropology uses the skeletal remains to determine whether the skeletal remains are of human origin or animal origin. If it is of human origin, the age, the sex, the height, the race, the place and other characteristics such as socio-economic status, etc. Forensic anthropologist also plays a significant role in the reconstruction of scene of crime as well as identification of victims in mass disaster cases such as sites of bomb blast, building collapse, natural disaster or plane crash. Third, forensic chemistry. Forensic chemistry is concerned with the application of chemistry to the criminal justice system. Typically, forensic chemists do the qualitative and quantitative study of the matter. He also determines the adulteration in various materials such as petrol, diesel, kerosene, spices, food products, clothes, drugs, polymers, ink, paint, acid, base, alkali, etc. Forensic chemists figure prominently in the case of bombing and composition of materials. Forensic biology. It is the application of biology to law enforcement. Moreover, forensic biologists analyze the part of living being as well as biological fluid. With the help of these evidences, he can establish the identification of a living being. It includes following branches. A. Forensic botany. Application of botany to criminal investigation. Moreover, forensic botany deals with identifying plants, plant origin and its trafficking around the world. Generally, forensic botanists analyze the plant parts such as root, stem, leaves, flower, pollen grains, seed, etc. under the microscope or by using other techniques which are suitable for this. Forensic entomology. It is the application and study of insects in relation with crime. For forensic entomologists involves the life cycle of insect to investigate the crime. Typically, forensic entomologists try to establish the relation to the dead body of person in which he studies various types of insects and extract the information like time since death, type of drug, geographic place, etc. C. Forensic ontology. It deals with the dental evidence and sometimes called forensic dentistry. Forensic odontologist can draw the different types of application in various cases like identification of human remains in mass disaster, comparison of bite marks in many cases like assault, murder, poisons, etc. In case of missing or unknown dead body, postmortem or antemortem X-rays of teeth should be compared if it is available. Age determination, sex determination. Nobody can forget the famous bite mark case of Theodore Bundy. In this case, Lovell Levine, a forensic odontologist, testified the bite mark on the victim's body. D. Forensic serology. It mainly deals with the body fluids. Basically, forensic serology is the study of antigens and antibody. Forensic serologist can individualize a person from the body fluids such as blood, semen, saliva, sweat, urine, etc. Forensic serology involves the individualization people from biological fluid because these fluids are commonly encountered at scene of crime, whether the crime is against the animal or property. Fifth, forensic physics. Forensic physics involves the application of physics to answer the questions of court. It mainly involves the study of physical characteristics of physical evidence like density, birefringence, refraction, determination, and comparative study of optical properties, etc. Moreover, it includes the physical matching of glass, pane, pattern of clothes, fragments of handle of wood and cord. Surplus, it also examines the physical matching of tool marks, footprint, textile matching, etc. Sixth, forensic geology. It covers the study of minerals, oil, petroleum and other materials found in the earth. Typically, forensic geologist analyzes rocks, stones, minerals in context of crime. Seventh, forensic pathology. First of all, I would like to clear one misperception among the people that is forensic science and forensic pathology is the same. This misperception persists today. So, dear students, both are different things. It is the specialty of the medicine which deals with the investigation of the unnatural death and its cause. Indeed, forensic pathologist is well trained in forensic pathology, whether it is clinical or anatomical pathology. He plays a significant role in the determination of cause of death and manner of death in those cases where death occurred in suspicious or unknown circumstances. Its central part is to perform autopsy or postmortem examination of the dead body. 8. Forensic toxicology. Forensic toxicology deals with the determination of drugs and poison in body fluid and tissues, whether drug or poison is present or absent. Surplus, it also involves the examination of effect of drug and poison on subject. Forensic toxicologists often work with the medical examiner or coroner. Moreover, he should have basic knowledge about the other disciplines like human physiology, biochemistry, and chemistry. Forensic toxicologist receives most of the cases related to drunken driving and the quantification of the amount of alcohol in blood, urine, saliva, breath, etc. 9th, forensic taphonomy. Taphonomy as applied in forensic deals with the history of body after death, how environmental factors affect the corpse and its surrounding. 10th, forensic statistics. It is the application of statistics to legal system. 11th, forensic engineering. It deals with the testing of material, products, structure or essential components that do not work as they should do or fail in functioning. So, they can damage the property or cause personal injury. Surplus, forensic engineering plays a major role in the investigation of building collapse as well as bridge. A forensic engineer's aim to determine the cause of that failure. 12th, Forensic psychiatry. Forensic psychiatry explains the relationship between human behavior and the legal proceeding. Dear students, above we have studied different disciplines related to forensic science. Now we shall learn about the branches of forensic science, which are as follows. 1. Forensic study of impression. This is the study of the analysis and classification of patterns observed in individual patterns. A. Fingerprint. Fingerprint are the unique source of individualization for human. In essence, there is no one in the world who has similar fingerprint to other. Whenever person touches, holds and lifts any object which comes in contact, there is a chance of transfer of his or her fingerprint impressions, as well as any material at the object fingerprint may be visible and latent upon the object. In most of the cases, latent fingerprints are found at the scene of crime. The latent fingerprints need physical or chemical methods for development of latent fingerprints. Moreover, enhancement classification, recording, comparison, testimony of fingerprints is done by fingerprint expert. B. Tool marks examination. Its study is also important because these marks are commonly encountered at various scenes of crime such as robbery, theft, dacoity, sabotage, etc. It involves the examination of traditional and non-traditional tools. C. Tire and track marks. It includes the study, examination and comparison of source of origin and interpretation of results of tire and track mark. Surplus. Width of tire, design of tire, pattern of tire and distance between two adjacent tires can be possible to determine. D. Foot and footwear marks. It deals with the examination of foot and footwear marks, comparison of suspected marks. After examination of these marks, we can lay down the sex, age, weight, etc. Firearm identification unit or forensic ballistics. It involves the examination of firearms, live cartridge, cartridge shell, discharged bullet, shotgun cases, gunpowder, gunshot residue, gunshot pellet, pattern, distance estimation of fire, restoration of numbers of firearm, wound ballistics and ammunition of all types. Moreover, it also includes the different type of marks such as striation marks, friction marks, breech face mark, firing pin mark and extractor or ejector marks. Third, document examination division. Document examination is a term for a forensic science discipline pertaining to documents that are potentially disputed in a court of law. It includes the investigation of handwriting, typewriting paper and ink. In addition to, it also examines obliteration, erasures and burned or charred documents. 4. Audio forensic. It is the field of forensic science which deals with the sound recordings in a criminal investigation. It works on this principle. No two humans can have similar voice. This unique character of voice comes by the combination of various throat organs like mouth, tongue, teeth and lips. It involves the case of ransom, abusive language, tape recording. 5. Criminalistics. This term is sometimes used as a synonym of forensic science. Criminalistics is an English word derived from the German Kriminalistik. This word used by first time by Hans Gross. It involves the collection and analysis of physical evidences at the scene of crime. Moreover, it also deals with the various areas such as fingerprint, tool marks and firearm, poisons and drugs, footwear, trace evidences, explosives and biological fluids. Sixth, forensic photography. Photography is a felicity for the forensic science. It plays a crucial role in each and every area of forensic science such as question document, fingerprint, tool marks, foot and footwear marks, tire and track marks, biological fluids, firearm, etc. Forensic science has a very vast scope for students. After getting a degree, students can apply in various job sectors such as government sector's job like Forensic Science Laboratory, Central Government Forensic Science Laboratories, State Forensic Science Laboratory, Government Examiner of Question Document, Police Department, Crime Branches, CBI, CID, Regional Forensic Science Laboratories, Intelligence Bureaus, banks, defense services, courts, Quality Control Bureau, Narcotics Department, hospitals, etc., etc. In the field of education, universities, colleges, etc. can serve this purpose. In the field of research, forensic chemistry, forensic toxicology, forensic biology, forensic physics, forensic medicine, physical evidences, question document, and fingerprint. Now we come to private sector jobs. In private sector, we can find easily jobs as private detectives, agent, private banks, insurance companies, private hospitals, security service agencies, helpful to lawyers, advocates, law firms, private companies, or start our own private practice. At conclusion of this lecture, now we are able to understand how forensic science is playing a crucial role in the prevention of crime. Forensic science saves the innocent and provides information against the suspect. It also analyzes and examines physical evidences on the basis of scientific principles and methods. In the above mentioned examples, we have seen that forensic science is remarkable in solving the crime. Dear students, forensic science is changing rapidly. Be abreast of the latest changes and the innovations that are being made in this field. There are thousands of technologies in the field of forensic science on the basis of which a court can give an accurate and reliable decision for the civil as well as criminal cases in which the techniques like DNA, firearm identification, handwriting and fingerprinting will prove to be an immense help. With all these information, here we come to the end of today's lecture. Do keep in mind what we discussed today. I will be back with one more lecture in this series. If you want to learn more and enhance your knowledge, you may log on to website www.cec.nic.in for MCQs, quizzes, LORs, etc. Thank you for your time today. I will see you in the next lecture. Have a great day. Thank you.